Ready. Play.
All right, Jannik Sinner coming back in his opening match will be against Mariano Navone. Navone picked up a win today, 6-3, 6-3 over Federico Sina. Now, Jannik, he returns from the 3-month suspension, returns in Rome. He's been practicing in Monte Carlo. That's where he does reside. And, I'd say those conditions are, fairly similar to Rome. I know he's gotten practice sessions with Jack Draper, maybe Berrettini as well.
Holger Rune.
Holger Rune. And then, he just played a practice set with Taylor Fritz. So, that's the known. That's what we know. And I guess that's what we can make our bases and predictions off of. But what do you guys have to say about Jannik Sinner returning?
I mean, it's very exciting. We have the #1 player in the world back, seeing him for the first time since the Australian Open. So I think there's a lot of excitement around this match. I think the biggest key for him will just be how quickly does he get back to match speed. Even when you are having practice sessions against top players, they're not going to go quite all out in the same way that you would during a match. So how long does it take him to get back up to speed? Is it a few points? Is it a few games? Is it a set? We don't really know. We don't really have a situation to compare this to. So that will be interesting to me.
I do think this isn't exactly an easy, gentle way back in for Sinner. Navone's such a clay court, in a sense, like he's a clay court specialist. Real scrambler. Going to make Sinner play a lot of balls. And, that might be what Sinner actually needs to kind of just get back into his rhythm, just hitting in match kind of situations. But I have no doubt Navone will be all over the court and making Sinner play that extra ball even when Sinner doesn't want to. But, I expect Sinner to come through this, whether it does take him a set. And basically in the first set, Sinner plays pretty mediocre and loses it. But I still expect him to come through this. But it should be interesting to see, because Navone's just obviously someone that can really take it long. So if he does, it'd be interesting to see how Sinner copes with it. But still should be Jannik's day.
Yeah, I think those are all good points. I'd say, with Navone, like he's such a grinder, but you think about it, like it actually might be helpful for Sinner to hit a lot of balls early and try and gain rhythm, because Navone, he doesn't have like super weapons that are going to trouble you. The backhand's of course super solid, super compact. The forehand has a little pop, but from I guess if you're looking at it on a chart, you wouldn't see his name on any of the ground strokes or even the serve. So I feel like there's plenty for Sinner to work with in terms of getting a feeling from the ground, different areas of the court, and then ultimately kind of once he gets into the rhythm, letting loose a bit more. The other thing I'll touch on is, as Carson said, the match fitness, I guess rhythm of the match, getting your timing down. Like for players returning, it's usually not the first match or two, but it's, playing consecutive days, into that third, fourth match. And as we mentioned, if he does get through Navone, there's obviously plenty of trouble waiting after that. And, plenty of guys who are in form. So this is just the first match. It's obviously going to have a lot of eyes on it with the sport as a whole. Sinner being the #1 player in the world, coming back from suspension, and of course, playing in his home country. So something to look out for. I don't think there's going to be too much trouble, but the first set could at least be interesting. And, we'll see if scoreboard pressure can play a factor. But I just don't think Navone gets enough out of his serve to, pose enough of a threat. And from the ground, it's just hard to beat.
I think this will go 3 sets. I think Navone will get enough in this match to force a third, but I think Sinner is going to come through here.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.